Toyota Crown, because this thing is shaping up to be way more interesting than people might expect. If you remember the Crown from a few years ago, it kind of surprised everyone. Toyota brought back a legendary name, but instead of a traditional big luxury sedan, they gave us something that sat a little higher, looked a little sportier, and felt like it was trying to blend a few worlds at once. And honestly, the 2026 version looks like Toyota's leaning even harder into that idea, and I'm here for it. First off, the design. Toyota seems to be refining the Crown's look rather than reinventing it. Expect a cleaner, sharper version of what we already have. That wide, confident stance stays, but the front end looks like it's getting slimmer headlights and a more sculpted grille that feels modern without screaming for attention. It still looks upscale, but not flashy in a look-at-me way, more like quiet confidence. The roofline keeps that coupe-like sweep, which helps it stand out from regular sedans, and those slightly raised proportions make it feel ready for real-world roads, not just smooth highways. Around the back, Toyota appears to be focusing on cleaner lines and a more premium feel overall. Think full-width lighting, subtle chrome or dark accents depending on the trim, and a design that looks just as good pulling up to a nice restaurant as it does sitting in your driveway. It's one of those cars that grows on you the more you look at it. Now, let's talk power, because this is where the Crown really does its thing. The 2026 Crown is expected to stay fully hybrid, and that's a good thing. Toyota knows hybrids better than pretty much anyone at this point, and the Crown benefits from that experience. The focus here isn't raw speed, it's smooth, effortless acceleration and great fuel efficiency. You press the pedal, and it just goes. Quietly, confidently, no drama. There's also talk of an updated hybrid setup that feels more responsive than before, especially at city speeds. That's something Crown owners already appreciate, and it sounds like Toyota is polishing that experience even more. Some trims are expected to keep all-wheel drive a standard, which adds to that planted, secure feeling, especially in rain or light snow. And while this isn't an off-road vehicle in the traditional sense, the Crown does have a bit of that go-anywhere attitude. The slightly higher ride height compared to a normal sedan makes everyday obstacles, bad roads, steep driveways, rough pavement, way less stressful. Add all-wheel drive and selectable drive modes, and you've got a car that's comfortable dealing with more than just perfect roads. No rock crawling here, but for real-life conditions, it's actually pretty capable. Step inside, and this is where the Crown really starts to justify its name. The interior for 2026 looks like it's getting even more refined. Toyota is focusing on comfort, calmness, and quality. Softer materials, cleaner layouts, and a cabin that feels like it was designed to help you relax, not overwhelm you. The screens are expected to be larger and more intuitive, but not in a distracting way. Everything is laid out logically, so you're not hunting through menus just to change a simple setting. The digital gauge display stays crisp and easy to read, and the center screen flows naturally into the dash. It feels modern, but still very Toyota, simple, dependable, and user-friendly. Seats are another big highlight. The Crown has always leaned towards comfort, and the 2026 model seems to continue that trend. Supportive for long drives, cushy without being too soft, and trimmed in materials that feel genuinely premium. Rear seat passengers aren't forgotten either. There's plenty of legroom, and the overall cabin feels airy and open, especially with lighter interior color options. Noise insulation also gets a lot of attention here. Toyota wants the Crown to feel quiet and composed, whether you're cruising on the highway or stuck in traffic. Combined with the smooth hybrid system, it creates a driving experience that feels more expensive than the badge might suggest. Now let's talk pricing, because this is where the Crown really becomes compelling. While nothing is officially locked in yet, the 2026 Crown is expected to start somewhere in the low to mid $40,000 range, depending on the trim. Higher trims will push closer to the luxury segment, but even then, you're still undercutting a lot of premium brand competitors. And that's kind of the Crown's secret weapon. It offers a near-luxury experience without luxury brand pricing or maintenance stress. You're getting advanced tech, hybrid efficiency, all-wheel drive, and a comfortable, upscale interior, all backed by Toyota's reputation for reliability. When you compare the 2026 Crown to past models, you can really see how far it's come. Older Crowns were more traditional, more reserved, and very focused on being a classic sedan. The newer generations, and especially this upcoming one, feel more global, more versatile, and more in tune with what drivers actually want today. Compared to the 2023 and 2024 models, the 2026 version feels like a refinement rather than a correction. Toyota listened to feedback, polished the design, smoothed out the tech, and leaned into what made the Crown unique in the first place. It's not trying to be a Camry, it's not trying to be an SUV, it's doing its own thing, and doing it better. So, if you're someone who wants something different, something comfortable, efficient, and quietly cool, the 2026 Toyota Crown is definitely worth keeping an eye on. It's the kind of car that makes sense the more you live with it, and the more Toyota refines it, the more appealing